In a spreadsheet, this order revenue is calculated with a cell formula, unit price times quantity. This Python script performs the same calculation and prints the same answer, $74.85. In this lesson, we will create this file from nothing, run it from Visual Studio Code, deliberately break one name, and use Python's error message to repair it. By the end, you will have a real script that you can save, change, and run again. The business rule has not changed. Price multiplied by quantity still gives revenue. What changes is how we identify the inputs and where the instruction lives. A spreadsheet normally refers to locations such as C2 and D2. In Python, we can give those values readable names such as unit_price and quantity. The asterisk means multiplication in both tools. Instead of storing the calculation inside one workbook cell, we will save the instruction in a plain text file ending in .py. Python can then execute the instructions in that file from top to bottom. We will use named values today, but the next lesson explains Python variables and data types in detail. Open the Python_data_analysis folder that we prepared in the previous lessons. We will keep source code inside src, which is short for source. Select that folder, create a new file, and name it first_revenue.py. Keep the underscore and the .py extension. The extension tells vscode and the Python tools that this is Python source code. Save the file now. A script is a normal text file, so there is no special workbook or project format to create. On line 1, type unit_price equals 24.95. This line gives the value 24.95 the readable name unit_price. In Python, a single equals sign assigns a value to a name. It is not asking whether two things are equal. On line 2, give the quantity the value 3. Line 3 contains our business rule. Python takes the value named unit_price, multiplies it by the value named quantity, and assigns the result to the name revenue. Calculating a value does not automatically display it. On line 4, print revenue asks Python to write that value to the terminal. Save the file. Python will process these 4 instructions from the first line to the last, so the price and quantity exist before the revenue calculation uses them. Open a new integrated terminal. It should start at the root of our Python_data_analysis project. Type Python src/first_revenue.py. The word Python starts the interpreter selected in the previous lesson. src is the folder, and first_revenue.py is the file Python should execute. Press Enter. Python reads the saved file from top to bottom and prints 74.85. If your system uses Python 3 instead of Python, use Python 3 src/first_revenue.py. The script itself does not change. Now let us create a realistic mistake. I will remove the letter I from unit_price on line 3, save the file, and run the same command. Python stops and prints a traceback. A traceback is a report of where the program failed. It may look intimidating, but for a small script we can start at the bottom. The last line says NameError. The name unit_price is not defined. Just above it, Python points to line 3 and the spelling that caused the problem. Compare that name with line 1. Line 1 defines unit_price, with an I, but line 3 asks for unit_price, without it. Python treats different spellings as different names. Correct the spelling, save the file, and run the exact same command again. The output returns to 74.85. The error message did not damage the project, it told us which instruction Python could not complete. A program can run without an error and still contain the wrong business rule or wrong input. Successful execution is not enough. Our inputs are 24.95 and 3. Multiplying them independently gives 74.85. That matches both the spreadsheet and the terminal. We can perform one more check by changing the quantity to 5. Save and rerun. The result changes to 124.75, so the script is using the value we changed rather than displaying a fixed answer. Return the quantity to 3, save, and run once more. We now have the approved artifact and its expected result. You have created and run your first Python script. We translated a familiar spreadsheet formula into readable names, saved the instructions in a.py file, ran that file from the project root, fixed a name error, and checked the answer against an independent calculation. Your assignment is to extend the same fictional order. Add a value named cost_per_item and set it to 15.20. Then calculate total profit with this rule, unit price minus cost per item, multiplied by quantity. Print the profit on a new line. With unit price 24.95, cost per item 15.20, and quantity 3, the expected profit is 29.25. You are done when the original revenue remains 74.85, the new profit is 29.25, and both values change appropriately if you change the quantity. In the next lesson, we will examine the names and values we used today. You will learn how Python represents text, whole numbers, decimal numbers, true or false values, and dates in a small sales record.